Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Tom Marshall. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Today we are going to look at the film One Battle After Another, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Let's get into it. Essentially, the story boils down to the fact that it's a father-daughter relationship and what lengths the father will go to protect his daughter. The film stars Leonardo DiCaprio as Bob and Teyana Taylor as Perfidia. They are head of a group called the French 76, which is basically a political activist group. And so they basically go around causing anarchy across multiple different sort of government sites to spread their message across. And so they raid immigration detention facilities, they raid banks and government buildings and all that sort of stuff until they get caught and chased down by Sean Penn's character, Colonel Stephen J. Lockjaw. Yes, that is his name. At this point in the story, they all sort of scatter and a few of them get captured, a few of them evade capture. Teyana Taylor's character, Perfidia, she gets captured by Lockjaw. She is basically cooperating with them and sort of gives them all the details to them so that they can go and apprehend all the suspects that are part of this French 75, 76, whatever it's called, group. And so she sort of becomes a rat and is responsible and takes down the entire group from being captured as means of survival. And because of this, she is disgraced and is living under witness protection. And after a while, she sort of regrets her decisions to basically rat out her friends. And so she actually leaves witness protection, goes off to Mexico, and then that's the end of her story. We actually meet our main characters, Bob and Chase Infinity's character, Willa, who is his daughter, who he has with Perfidia's character. So she goes off to Mexico. He manages to escape from the authorities and raise the daughter by himself. And we see them 16 years later. He is no longer part of this anarchist political group that he was in the past. Now he's actually a burnt out sort of guy who's on drugs, alcohol, and has forgotten, his purpose in life and what he wants to do until his past comes up to, sort of catches up with him, and Lockjaw once again is on the hunt as he catches wind of the suspects from the past and somehow sort of in the present is able to capture the people that he couldn't get before. And so basically the film is one long chase sequence of cat and mouse story trying to evade capture from the authorities, and chaos ensues. It's mental. Paul Thomas Anderson did a very good job with this film. It seems like the most expensive art house film that you've ever seen. It's very big, it's very loud, it's very much of our time, and very much speaks to what's going on around the world politically, not only in the UK, in America, all over. It's all about, like I said, a father-daughter story and what lengths he'd take to protect her. There's a really standout sort of statement piece of the film, which is this long 20 to 30 minute chase sequence that is told from three different perspectives. You've got the Leonardo DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro sequence. You've also got the Chase Infinity and Regina Hall sequence. And also it's told from the perspective of Sean Penn's character, Colonel Lockjaw. And so it really sort of all comes together at the end, but it's controlled throughout with this amazing sort of jazzy, bluesy sort of piano score that I feel is very reminiscent of the film The Firm that came out a few years ago, starring Tom Cruise, that also had a similar type of piano style score that propelled the movie forwards. And I feel they did an amazing job. Like, the score basically just kept the scene going, and whenever it required it to be louder, it would be louder. Wherever it was quieter, it was quieter, and it was very well done. And it's just a simple sort of rhythm beat that just do, 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 and it just plays throughout this wonderful scene, told from three different perspectives. I think this is where the film really does get going. I feel that the first like half hour, 45 minutes is a little bit slow and is probably the weakest point of the film. But not to say that it's the fault of the actors or actresses or whoever was part of that opening sequence, but I do feel after that, the film really sort of gets going. The chemistry between Leonardo DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro is amazing. I do feel like I wanted to see more of that and their relationship. Benicio doesn't get like a whole lot of screen time, but what he does with that screen time is really, really good. And you can tell he worked really hard on that performance. I do find Sean Penn's character was a little bit rigid at times. And, to start with, I thought his character was really good, but then as time goes on, it changed quite drastically. I just felt like it was sort of a little bit all over the place. Chase Infinity, who plays Bob's daughter in this film, she was outstanding. It was hard to think that this is like her first or second professional sort of job, and she was really, really good. There's a great scene during this 20 to 30 minute sequence where Leo's running and escaping the authorities going across the buildings. He jumps over one, misses, drops down to the floor, and Tree basically breaks his fall and he smashes down, face plants the floor, gets tasered, and it is a hilarious set of circumstances after that, which is really, really great. Yeah, like I said, the score for this sequence really sort of makes that scene work, and whoever the composer was brilliant and kept it really simple. It's almost like a heartbeat. That aspect of it was really good. I think the first and third act kind of lets it down a little bit. I think what really makes this film is that second act. All the performances were pretty decent. I have to admit, you can sort of rely on Leo to really sort of do a really good job, and not much else to really say about it. Like, there's a great sort of little car chase sequence towards the end, which I felt was pretty well done. The undulating roads sort of creates that added tension. You're not entirely sure how far ahead the other cars are in this sequence, which is quite good. It's a Paul Thomas Anderson film. I really enjoyed it. Like, he does a good job. Like, he's reliable. Like, he made films like Boogie Nights and Magnolia, two of my favorites of his. And so, yeah, it's definitely a film that is really sort of at the zeitgeist of what's going on in the world right now. And so I am actually surprised that they did release the film, considering all the stuff that's going on out in the world at the minute. But they did, and I'm glad they did. It was a great film. So go check it out in the cinemas. And yeah, I think it does come out on Netflix at some point. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and I shall see you in the next video.